So you'll be out on day 3. But court is calling 2022 CR 8045, State of Texas versus Brian Christopher White. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Brian Christopher White
Andrew Harris Edelman.
for the defense.
Tilden Schaefer for Mr. White.
You know,
Your
you're
Honor.
Brian Christopher White.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Brian Christopher Wright who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 8045 for the offense of driving while intoxicated third or more on November 7, 2022 for a term of 5 years?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
State would like to orally amend violation of condition number 15 to read ignition interlock rather than hand device.
We have no objection on that.
All right.
On or about the 15th day of December 2024 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Brian Christopher White, did then and there fail to comply with the rules, regulations, or instructions of the ignition interlock device, in that the defendant failed to provide daily samples in violation of condition number 15.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State.
State waives the remaining violation allegations, Judge.
Any objections to the waivers?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 15, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 8 years in prison and up to $1,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition 15? Court would find violation of condition number 15 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor.
So, Judge, continued supervision, permitted conditions to include scram and monthly home visits.
All right, so any objections to the court reviewing the court summary?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Brian Christopher White.
All right, why are you not following through with ignition interlock?
There's really no good excuse. There've been a few automotive issues, but it's, I mean, just not doing it. I don't have a good excuse. There's been a few times I forgot. I haven't been home, but nothing that's excusable.
All right, do you want to go to prison?
No, man. I have a 17-year-old who depends on me, and I'm doing really well. I actually divorced because of her substance abuse, and I've been doing really well.
Well, I mean, you're acting as though you want to go to prison because you don't have any good excuse for not abiding by these conditions. And this has been going on since 2020, 24.
Yeah, there's no good excuse. I mean, my first probation officer, I didn't ask, and she didn't say about how many times I had to blow. And the last time I had an ignition interlock, I didn't have a set amount. But you did tell me when you extended it for 6 months that I had to do it 3 times a day. And
Yeah.
And when it got cold, I had battery issues. I had to have it rewired. And there's, again, no good excuse, but I definitely don't want to go to prison.
But you're behaving as though you do, because we've been here before with this and we're still dealing with the same thing.
You will never see me again. I guarantee that.
I think that's what you said the last time. My mind is a steel trap.
This is my first.
This is first MTR in the court. He
No,
had some supplementals.
Yes, and I do compliance hearings
Yes.
and I tell
Yes,
people to
Your
get their life in order. All right, this is what the court is going to do. And state your excuse. The court is going to deny the motion, alter and amend conditions for a 6 months extension. And there's going to be 3 days in the Bexar County Jail starting today. All right.
Where I can help someone to take care of my son.
Okay.
Is the 6-month extension on the probation supervision or on?
Yes, on the probation supervision.
Okay.
And then 3 days in the Bexar County Jail starting today.
Is there any way he could like turn himself in at 5 o'clock or?
So who's with your son now?
He's at school.
And who lives in the house with you? And where are your parents?
At work.
All right, so are you able to call them to let them know?
Yeah,
All right, I'll allow him to make a phone call to them and let them know to pick him up.
Okay, can he call his work as well? Because he doesn't want to lose his job.
Sure. Deputy Mejia,
Yes, Judge.
he'll need to call, he's gonna go into custody today, but he'll need to call his work and his parents.
Yes, Judge.
so I'll be there by Friday, so I won't have to miss work next week.
No, you have 3 days. And counsel, you can come back and check in with the court on day 3 to make sure that he's been released.
Yes,
Yeah, including today is part of the 3 days. No,
You're going in today, but this is not a full day. And the reason why I say that is because the jail is probably not going to count this as a full day. So you'll be out on day 3, but not at the beginning of day 3. So for example, usually they release people at midnight because of when I'm placing this order in the time it is. They're not going to release you at midnight. They'll probably put it in like 3 to 4 more hours, but you'll be released on day 3, but not in the morning at 12 a.m.
okay,
All right?
so sometime Friday, I think is what she's telling me.
Yes.
okay.
All right.
Okay, Judge.
Do I make the phone call with him or?
Just speak to the deputies and the deputies will let you know.
So he had the warrant on this MTR, so I'm assuming they'll withdraw that warrant.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Juan Castaneda. So is this contested?
Well, it really isn't, Judge. We were here a couple of weeks ago and got a couple of bonds set, and I've conferred with both sides of the state. He's got a couple of cases that are pending that we have that we're trying to work out globally. One of them is unindicted. Ms. Jones is going to need some time to evaluate it and possibly make a recommendation that will impact the MTR set before you today. And I would also like some time, Judge, irrespective of that, for a couple different reasons. One of them is we are going to have a hearing to have some witnesses come in on his behalf. So I'm asking for a 2 to 3 week reset of the court to do that.
So is this contested or not contested?
At this point, no, I don't believe it. We're not going to contest it no matter what. I can tell you
All
that.
right, so I'll read the case and then he can either plead true or not true. And then I will put my decision off so you can bring whatever witnesses you want to bring in, because today is set for contested.
What we're contemplating is a withdrawal of the MTR. And a resolution on the other case that is unindicted.
Well, y'all need to, that needs to be contemplated and done today because we're set for a contested.
Understood.
All right. All right, thank you. All right, David Mendoza. All right, today is your plea deadline date. Have you all reached an agreement?
Judge, we got an offer from the state. It's a good offer and we are liking to accept it. My client has a parole, he's on parole. I would like a just brief, if I may, continuance to speak with the parole officer to see what effects a plea would have on his situation. Considering it's a time plea, I don't believe that would serve.
Well, if
any-
they're doing it, I can tell you the impact it's gonna have, because I've done parole hearings. If he's taking time on this case, they're revoking his parole. They're not gonna keep you on parole while you're at the prison for something else. I've never seen that in all my years. So today is plea deadline date, so either y'all are entering a plea today or you all are going to trial today. That's why he's brought over dressed for trial.
I could get a week till next Thursday with my other case to
Today is
give a check.
today's plea deadline date or trial date.
Yes.
Okay, so if y'all are, oh, I'm not
We'll go
gonna
check.
try it.
We'll go
You
check.
talk to them.
Hello,
All right.
guys. Good morning.
Hello.
Sorry for inappropriate distance.
All right, apology accepted, but why were you late?
The traffic, we got stuck in traffic. Couldn't find parking or anything like that.
All right, so here's the thing.
Yes, Judge.
You need to make sure that you're on time.
Yes, ma'am.
And for dressing appropriately. This is what I would always tell my clients because, hey, sometimes people don't have a three-piece suit to pull out the closet, right?
Yes.
Or the tux to pull out the closet. I don't require people to be in tuxes. I don't require people to be in three-piece suits, right? So for this court, the top is fine, bottom not great.
Yes.
If all you have are jeans, that's fine. Don't do the ripped jeans though.
Yes, Judge.
All right.
I got the next one.
If you have some khakis, put on khakis. Sometimes your attorney will say, just khakis and a nice shirt and you're good to go. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so where are we on discovery?
I have received a discovery, Judge. This is the first setting. I haven't had time to review all of it quite yet.
Okay.
I conferred with Mr. Edelman about the case. He wants to reach out to the complaining witness in order to make me an offer. I have no objection to a resale.
All right, so you all need to confer off docket. Ms. Ferguson, I need a 45-day reset for a plea deadline. All right, is May 1st good for you, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so May 1st gives you plenty of time to
Yes,
plan,
Judge.
all right?
So sorry about that.
Oh, no,
Appreciate
no,
you.
thank you so much.
Hope you have a nice day, okay?
Oh, hey, you know what? I always say whether you have a nice day or not depends 100% on you. Don't let the noise get to you.
Of course, Judge.
All right. You should listen to the song by Mary J. Blige called Just Fine.
Just fine.
Yeah.
I'll listen to them when I get up.
All right. I know sometimes, there are some young people who've never even heard of Anita Baker. I'm just like, be still my heart. Either I'm very old, like decrepit old.
I
Or
know
even-
because of my dad, he'd be listening to it,
Awesome. Okay, see, you and I we're gonna get along just fine. Pull out some Marvin Gaye, pull out some Temptations, some Chuck Berry,
Marvin Gaye.
some Mary J. Blige, just fine. All right,
That's
so,
national anthem number.
yeah. So this is what's gonna happen. On May 1st, you're gonna need to come in here and tell me whether or not you've reached an agreement with the state or not, okay?
Yeah, for sure.
And if this is going to be potentially a PTD, y'all need to already have worked on that beforehand, okay?
Thank you.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Have a great day.
Okay, you too, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
See you.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 011893 State versus Fernando Plasencia. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Megan Galloway for the state.
David Dilly for Mr. Leon Plasencia, Your Honor.
Are you Mr. Plasencia?
Yes.
All right, we have an attorney here. I'm sorry, an interpreter here. Could you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Cesar Chavez, license number 2203.
All right, Mr. Plasencia, all of the documents I'm going to review with you are in English. Were those documents explained to you in Spanish?
Yes.
And counsel, do you speak Spanish?
I am very fluent, Your Honor.
All right, and were you able to explain the documents to him in Spanish?
I did, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Plasencia, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
All right. Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we are reading the child passenger enhancement and proceeding on the class B misdemeanor offense in DWI first.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you review the admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated as a Class B misdemeanor? The range of punishment is up to $2,000 fine and up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you are giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, and he was.
Sir, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No. No.
Counsel, did you explain to your client the legal consequences for entering a plea and the impact it will have on his immigration status?
Yes, Your Honor. If I just may briefly state something for the record. My client has been a legal permanent resident since 2001. He understands that a plea of guilt or no contest to this misdemeanor offense can probably result in deportation, removal, or denying citizenship in the future. And he's understanding that risk and he intends to move forward.
All right, sir, do you understand the consequences of entering a plea in this case as it relates to your immigration consequences?
Yes.
Do you understand that you can be deported and not allowed re-entry into the United States?
Yes.
Do you understand that you could be denied naturalization?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of DWI first. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 180 days in the Bexar County Jail. There's a $2,000 fine. State recommends community supervision, ignition interlock for 1 year, and 1 year Texas driver's license suspension. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours community service restitution, and parenting classes. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense, the lesser included offense of DWI first, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, any evidence?
State offers states exhibit number 1 in attachment.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. So my client did take the initiative, even though I don't believe it's part of the plea bargain agreement, but I did show it to the state. If I may present this to the court. My client already took the DWI education course in the victim impact panel live.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. Other than that, we respectfully request, Your Honor, if you should follow the plea agreement. My client has no prior record.
All right, the court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated. Ignition interlock for 1 year. There's to be a 1 year license suspension. There should be 120 hours of community service restitution. I'm gonna order parenting classes. Once he completes that, the community service restitution will be deemed satisfied. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. 90 sober meetings in 90 days. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And there is going to be a TAP evaluation in custody and follow TAP recommendations.
In custody, Judge?
Yes,
No, Laura was asking. Yeah.
all right. All right, and then since you've already completed, I'm gonna order the DWI education course
Yes, sir.
and victim impact panel live. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, is there anything else that you need from the court that would help you be successful on this probation?
No.
And
No.
probation, is there anything else? Oh, thank you so much. And there'll be field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. All right, good luck to you. And thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And they may need you to,
Oh, another one?
well, to go over conditions
Oh,
with him. I'm not sure.
No worries.
I can translate if.
Oh, I think it has to be an official translation. Although I do trust your translation skills.
Your Honor, and I apologize, I didn't catch this, in custody
For the TAP evaluation. They should be finished with it this week.
within this week.
But and counsel, the reason why I'm doing that is based upon what I've read in the report.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Zoe Brooks.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Let me get the paperwork ready. Okay, first things first. Let me pull her up on Odyssey. And Yaya, did you receive the reset form from Telsey? All right, Ms. Telsey, you need to sign the reset form and turn it in to the clerk. So if you've signed that, she'll give you your copy. All right, so has the reset form been given to the clerk?
It's set it right.
All right, thank you.
Oh,
So on this case, is there any discovery issues, counsel?
No, Your Honor, we're not on the calendar until April 14th or 15th. She's just got indicted
Okay,
and had been in pre-file court. I filed a motion. Well, I prepared it for pre-file and then I noticed that she had just gotten indicted, so I changed it to the 187th.
okay, and have you conferred with the state on your motion?
I talked with Jason Garahan yesterday. He said he did not have a problem with my request. And he also reminded me that I needed to have Zoe here,
Yes,
which Norma turned around and confirmed also.
okay.
So she's on bond for 3 aggravated robberies.
Oh, well, let's go on the record.
Oh, yeah.
All right, court is calling 2025 CR 002536, 2025 CR 002537, and 2025 CR 002539. State versus Zoe Brooks. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Defense?
Vic Aguilera on Miss Brooks on all 3 matters.
All right, so defense counsel has filed a motion to amend conditions of bond. And it has to do with the GPS, is that correct?
Well, it's got to do with the curfew that she's currently on.
Okay,
Judge Nanhira lowered 2 of the bonds, put her on partial house arrest with permission to go to work and with a 9 o'clock curfew.
okay.
With the time change, I don't know if we leaped forward or backward. where she works is gonna stay open an hour longer, which is gonna interfere with her curfew.
So what time are you asking for curfew?
Well, right now the curfew is at 9 PM and we're asking to change till 10 PM.
All right,
And then this morning she texted me and asked me to ask if we could go on tracking only.
all right. So with regards to tracking only, how long has she been on GPS?
December 17th.
All right, so I don't think tracking only is appropriate in this case based upon the charges. State, do you have objection to tracking only?
Yes, object to tracking only, but objection to the 1 hour extension.
All right. So with regards to extending your curfew, the court will extend your curfew to 10 PM. If there are no violations with regards to GPS, your attorney comes back in about 6 months, then I'll consider tracking only. Do you understand? So in this court, when people are placed on GPS, one, I'm not the person who placed you on GPS, but I like to see a track record to see how you're doing. You can't, you haven't been on GPS long enough for me to consider tracking only. You understand? All right, and your next court date is when, counsel?
April 15th. I sent her a text indicating that I've.
Do you need a reset form for that?
I don't believe so.
Or counsel, if you would like, it's currently set for April 15th. If you would like to confer with the state now, we could perhaps move that.
I did do that. I'd like to do that. Yeah, if we could
All
possibly
right.
move that.
So if you all will step back, he's going to confer with the state and we'll see. That way you won't have to come back again so soon. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You need to remove that hood. You're not in the witness protection program. What's your name? What is your name? All right, have a seat.
Second row, sir.
No, that's okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we do.
Michael Warner. All right, just have a seat.
He was parking the car, not.
Okay. Ruben Maldonado Jr. You can have a seat, sir. Ruben Maldonado Jr. Eduardo Medina. Eduardo Jose Medina. You need to be on the second row. Paul A. Diaz. Paul Diaz. Frank Madola Perez III. Frank Perez III. All right, counsel, you ready on Brooks?
Brooks.
All right, Brooks, come forward.
There's a possible like cooperation agreement.
Okay, so where are we on discovery?
I have not seen the videos yet, but I have not asked my secretary to download them.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. If I can have a reset date, the second week in May.
But I did talk to Megan. She's, they're co-defendants that although they're not tagged properly in Odyssey, we're all loving the new program, Judge.
May 12th.
All right, so we're going to be back on May 12th. State on Zoe Brooks on May 12th. You need to be prepared to tender an offer. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Judge, that, I just want to make sure nothing fell through. That motion was granted the curfew on all three charges, correct?
Yes.
Sometimes pretrial gets picky.
Yeah. You're welcome. All right, court is calling 2022 CR 10958A, State versus Eric Gonzalez Lopez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Defense?
Kathy Compton for Mr. Gonzalez Lopez.
Excuse me, don't talk behind the court reporter. We're on the record. Just ask the deputy to move you to the other end. All right, sorry about that. And we have and are you Eric Gonzalez Lopez?
Yes.
All right, we have an interpreter here. If you could raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you may lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Your Honor, the interpreter's name is Jorge Valle.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez Lopez, all of the documents I'm going to review with you are in English. Were those explained to you in Spanish?
Yes,
And Attorney Compton, do you speak Spanish?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And do you speak it fluently?
Yes, I do.
And were you able to explain these documents to your client in Spanish?
Yes, I was.
I'm sorry, Attorney, did you receive all discovery?
Yes, I did.
And did you review it with your client?
Yes, I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications in this case?
No, there are not, Your Honor.
Sir, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, did you review the documents entitled admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
yes,
You're charged with aggravated kidnapping. That's a first-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
yes,
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
yes,
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering into this plea, you are giving to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case.
yes,
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor, we've discussed all of the aspects of the case.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Sir, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
no,
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea?
I'm sorry,
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea bargain agreement you've reached?
no,
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
yes,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
no,
Counsel, were you able to confer with your client concerning the impact this plea will have on his immigration status?
Yes, Your Honor. And I would like to state for the record that I'm board certified in criminal law, but I've also been an immigration practitioner for about 20 plus years. And I did explain to him what these certain consequences of a plea in this case would be for him.
All right. Mr. Gonzalez, Lopez, do you understand the consequences of entering into this plea bargain agreement and the impact it will have on your immigration status?
yes,
Do you understand by entering into this plea, you will be deported and not allowed re-entry into the United States?
I do understand.
And you do understand that you will not be denied naturalization?
Yes,
Knowing this, do you still wish to continue with the plea?
yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. Did you understand there's a $2,000 fine? If the court finds from the stipulated evidence that a weapon was used, there will be an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There are no applications and there is to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand that to be your plea?
yes,
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in both places?
yes,
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
yes,
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
You know, states one in attachments.
No objection.
And state, have you spoken to the complainant?
Yes, sir.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are asking to do so, yes.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, I would just request that you follow the plea bargain. It's been a very lengthy negotiation. My client is quite young, and he was, while not trying to deny any of the responsibility, and certainly he understands what he did was definitely not something he should have done. He's extremely young at the time of this offense, and he was one of the lesser actors, I guess you would say, in the incident. So we're just asking that you follow the plea bargain and sentence him to the 5 years that we negotiated.
All right, the court will find you guilty, sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There's to be no contact with the complainant. There's to be no re-entry into the United States. And there's to be no contact with the following persons. Fräulein, Guzman, Velasquez, Randy, Lopez Benitez, Hector, Lopez Nahara, Jose, Julian Casas, Lopez. All right, is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
Your Honor, I would ask the court to consider allowing him contact with, I believe, Fräulein, who is his stepfather, and his mother and Fräulein are married.
All
So
right.
just,
Well, these are United States orders. You're not allowed re-entry into the United States. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right.
thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, I do understand.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're young, but that is no excuse to try to build your happiness off somebody else's misery. The people that you did this to were trying to come here, and you, your family, treated them badly. That's not allowed. Do you understand?